Hello, everyone. My name is Odyssey Mentorship, and this video is to explain to you how my coaching program works to make sure that it's the right fit for you. I'm sitting in the back of my camper van. It's called the Obi-Wan Kenobi camper van. My father actually filmed Revenge of the Jedi just before I was born, and that's where I get the name from. Teaching you Jedi skills, literally Jedi skills. That's what this is all about. So let's dive in. I made a little PowerPoint presentation to explain how my system works. And I call my coaching program Odyssey Mentorship, or OM. It's really about calming your nervous system down, which is one of the things that I teach through breath work and meditation, some of the tools that I provide in my program. But let's get into this. What is Odyssey Mentorship? And essentially what it comes down to is higher self-integration. Many people in society, they're struggling because they're not connected to their highest self. Okay. When I say highest self, it's really operating from your highest potential, operating in such a way so you can show up authentically and support your friends, your family, your loved ones by providing you the tools so you can apply those tools to your life so that you can be your best and greatest self and serve humanity at a very high level. So let's get into this. The goal of the program is simple: to learn how to become your own healer. Okay, that's essentially what I teach. When I say become your own healer, what does that mean? This guy nuts. He's teaching me how to be my own healer. Is to heal means to become whole. So this is what I mean by connecting with your highest self. It's finding the holes in your game and filling those gaps with the tools that I provide you, which I'll be going over in this presentation, so that you can heal yourself. And as you heal yourself, you'll be able to heal other people around you by applying the tools that I teach. That'll make more sense as we get into this and I explain what I actually teach. So first off, who am I? Growing up, I was mentored by Hollywood's finest. Like I said, my father worked for George Lucas when I was a child. So I grew up around literally world-class business people, filmmakers. One of the things that fascinated me about growing up behind the scenes of Hollywood is seeing how a team of people could come together and create a fantastic movie. And so that's kind of the way that I coach. It's really about, the key thing is my father being a sound mixer. Is my gift is my ability to listen to you. I listen to you in such a way that we can't even put it into words. I don't listen to what people say, it's how they say it. And so by learning from my father, I'm able to listen to how you communicate and give you the tools by finding the holes in your game to teach you how to be your own healer so you can become your best self. Now, it's really cool to say that, but I've actually been doing this for 20 years. I have 20,000 hours of experience. I built 2 coaching facilities in Northern California. I have my own facility that I ran for 20 years. And I opened a second facility with WB Electric. It's a $100 million a year corporation in all over the Bay Area. They have multiple facilities, and I've helped thousands of people get in the best shape of their lives and perform at their best. So also I have a degree in kinesiology with an emphasis in fitness, nutrition, and health. So my background started out in fitness with my facilities that I ran. But really what I realized is that's really, people are struggling not so much with their exercise or their diet, they're struggling with their mental and emotional health. Once I had that clarity, it allowed me to get people faster results with less effort. When I was 23, I was also the wellness coach in my early 20s, the wellness coach for the W Hotel in San Francisco. I did that for about 5 years, and I worked with international guests from all over the world. So literally, I'm a coach who has experience with people working with people from all over the world, different countries, different places. It's actually been a lot of fun. I really love the journey of supporting people to heal. My goal to simplify this, before it was about exercise and being healthy, but now the realization with so much trauma going on in the world, like with COVID and everything, like, to be honest with you guys, I'm making this video. I actually got diagnosed with COVID last week. So I was like, should I make the video? Should I put it off? Just got to make it happen. So here I am making this video. But my goal is to support humanity shifting from a trauma-based to a trauma-informed society. And specifically, we'll get into shadow work here in a moment, is it's about helping people to make the unconscious conscious, moving from an unconscious trauma-based reality to a conscious trauma-informed reality. Because so many people are struggling because they're not even conscious. They're unconscious to their unconsciousness. And that's where their trauma is actually running their lives. And that's why I love teaching this. And here's this little picture of me. I was actually down in Long Beach, California. I didn't plan this. Maybe it's because I got COVID, but I'm actually wearing the same outfit, so don't judge me. But let's keep going here. The tools I utilize, okay? And this came from years and years and years and years of coaching. I realized, like, I have mentors who are working with me right now. And they're like, Odie, everything that you're teaching is the future of coaching. And so what I utilize is ancient philosophy blended with modern science. And I have that degree in kinesiology, so I understand the body and modern science very well. But once I started realizing there's a lot of ancient wisdom that we're not applying. So I take these Eastern and Western modalities and I blend them together, sharing shadow work, NLP, and Taoist philosophy. We're going to touch a little bit on each of those today so you guys can understand, make sure that I'm the right fit for you in terms of your coaching practice or your practice, and make sure I'm the right coach to support you in leveling up your life. So it's essentially, like I said, a blend of ancient wisdom and modern science. So let's start with this quote. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Okay, so it's unconscious stuff, trauma from your past that's running your life. And it's all Jungian psychology, a lot of the stuff that I teach, or the shadow work aspects specifically. So shadow work is essentially working with your emotions versus fighting them. Many people, some of you watching this right now, you're actually fighting your emotions, but you're doing it unconsciously, not even aware that it's happening. That's why going over and learning all these tools is so crucial to your healing journey, making you whole, like I mentioned. Shadow work is defined as making the unconscious conscious. And I have a wide range of tools. Like I have full course teaching how to do this. Okay. What unconscious stuff could be holding you back? Now, what I mean by unconscious is acknowledging repressed, suppressed, and denied emotions that unconsciously, that are not fully aware of, that run our lives below the surface of our minds, keeping us from the life that we deserve. Not the life that we want, the life we deserve. Notice how there's that slight change in our appropriation of the way we're looking at our lives. The life you deserve. So it's essentially a 3-stage process that I teach. There's shadow work, shadow integration, and shadow awakening. Shadow work is creating awareness and acknowledging the shadow and what triggers us. Remember, the shadow is often repressed, suppressed, and denied emotions. And what's triggering those emotions is causing you to sabotage your diet, sabotage your way of life, and repel the people that can actually love you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Like I said, it's all about what you deserve. Shadow integration is rewiring and integrating the mind and body so that we're not falling back into old habits and behaviors of self-doubt and sabotage and limiting beliefs. An example of limiting belief is, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of love. My feelings aren't valid. And this is where your shadow could actually be creating those limiting beliefs from below the surface. And as we do shadow work, we access those limiting beliefs and those repressed aspects of yourself, and we integrate them back online. And that's what shadow integration essentially is. Then we get to shadow awakening. So you've done your shadow work. You've acknowledged your shadow. You created awareness. Okay. Now you've integrated and you've rewired some of that stuff and brought it back online. Now you're ready to awaken the shadow. This is the third step. This is the goal of being fully conscious, and our shadow becomes an ally rather than our saboteur. And we begin to see other people's shadow projections. And this is true freedom. This improves all of our relationships in our lives. An example for me, when I started doing shadow work, is, like I said, my father worked in Hollywood, which was really cool, but my father was gone a lot growing up. So I had anger from my childhood, from my father being gone. When I got into that anger, right, when I started doing my shadow work, I realized there was really fear. And then when I got really deep into from the anger to the fear, I got into the abandonment. And as I found those pieces in my shadow, then I was able to integrate those repressed emotions back online. I was able to have conversations with my father. I was able to have conversations with my mother. And by doing that and having those conversations around my own trauma, it healed my whole family. And that's a big reason why I do this work. What I just shared with you, a lot of my clients, we go through that same journey, because a lot of what I'm doing is I'm giving you the vocabulary to change your reality internally, and that changes your reality externally in the lives of everybody around you, like I said. Now, how does that work? So we apply the shadow work, and then we get into NLP. But we have this quote: when we live in the past, we are asleep in the present. If we're using our past to create our future because we have such deep trauma and we haven't integrated it, we're not going to be able to create the life that we deserve. Okay. And this is why applying these tools is so crucial. Like I just said a moment ago, NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. Okay. Remember I said it from the beginning, is my gift is listening. So I listen to the words you use to describe your reality. Okay. And how this works is by listening deeply to you, I listen to the blueprint that's running your life. This is rewiring the mind-body connection for faster results. Like literally, like, why do you hire a coach? So you can get faster results. Most of the stuff that I could teach, you could probably learn on your own. It's going to take you 5 to 10 years. Okay. So that's why you hire a coach, so you can get it done 3 months from now, completely new version of yourself. And that's why I love teaching this stuff. It's like so cool. Like boom, rapid change, rapid change. And a big part of this is neuro-linguistically reprogramming the mind. Now let's break down what NLP is for those that you don't know. So neuro, meaning the brain, neurons, the mind, it's specifically your neurology, pertaining greatly to the wiring of your nervous system and thought patterns. Now, the future of health, healing, and medicine, in my opinion, has to do with emotions and the nervous system. As we rewire your mind and we work with your emotions specifically through shadow work, it allows you to completely restructure the fabric of your reality. Linguistic, meaning words, language, and the structure of language, and how it applies to create our reality based upon stories, images, and experiences from our past. The fabric of reality through words, essentially. So how you're creating, when you speak, you say, I am Odysseus. Like, what's coming up after that? What story is below the surface in my life? Because it could be a program, a code or programming, a code or system of processes that control the operation of a machine or computing software. It's grammar, the grammatical structure you use to formulate your reality, or the fabric of reality through words. Can also be the arrangement or a schedule or a plan for automated performance, the programming that runs your life unconsciously. And this is where NLP relates to shadow work, okay? Because as we uncover those repressed emotions, we can realize where those unconscious beliefs can be entirely sabotaging your entire life from the unconscious mind. It's essentially Jedi mind tricks. Remember I told you my father worked on Revenge of the Jedi? So this really, like, I didn't make up that Jedi mind tricks thing. This is literally what NLP is. My coaches who taught me told me that it's Jedi mind tricks. I was like, oh, well, maybe I was meant to teach this stuff. Maybe I'm meant to be your guide to show you how to apply these Jedi mind tricks so you can unprogram your mind and reprogram it to create the life you deserve. So it's essentially Jedi mind tricks that can be used to your advantage to rewire your mind by shifting your subconscious and unconscious mind, while also helping you change the perception of others who are unaware. The map is not the territory. And what that means, it's one of those crucial parts of neuro-linguistic programming. And like I said, my gift is listening. So I can listen not only to what you say, but the rate, the pitch, the tone, the inflection, and most specifically, the power words you use to describe your reality. Because it's like a blueprint that you have based upon your past. It's back here, things that happened in your past. You get triggered and that map comes out, and now you're not even conscious of what's happening in your current reality because you're just, oh, this map from my childhood, I was so wounded and I don't know how to navigate my reality. And then so you keep going back to sabotaging yourself. Very powerful stuff. So a lot of what I'm doing with shadow work and NLP is teaching you how to rewire those traumatic experiences so you can release them. It's kind of like wiping your butt, but you're wiping the crap out your head. And that provides tremendous freedom for you to become your best and greatest self. And like I said, I keep saying it, live the life you deserve. We all deserve to live our best lives. If you don't, that's just a limiting belief. We all have the capacity to do that. And that's why I love teaching this wisdom. Now let's get into this ancient Taoist philosophy. This is like my new stuff in the last year or two. I was like, oh my God, all this ancient wisdom, even like the yin and the yang that we have right here in front of us, it's essentially shadow work. It's making the darkness conscious so we can know the true light and walk what's called the middle way path. It's the line between these two fishes or two sides of a mountain, or the darkness and light of the day or the night, masculine and feminine natures. And Lao Tzu, if you guys ever heard of Lao Tzu, wrote the Tao Te Ching. I was actually listening to it yesterday. It's such good stuff. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So a big thing that I've supported a lot of people with Taoism is getting them to calm their nervous system down. And it comes back to neuro-linguistic programming, because the words you use to create reality may be keeping your nervous system stuck. So Taoist healing principles. The Tao is essentially how, and this relates so deeply to shadow work and neuro-linguistic programming, because I'm essentially going to give you the tools to live in harmony with the natural laws of the universe. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but there's 7 main principles of natural laws of the universe: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, blanking on it right now, rhythm, cause and effect, and law of gender. There we go. I got it. Remember, brain fog. I do have COVID. So the key thing is, as you apply those principles to your life, the natural laws, it allows you to show up more authentically because you're applying those laws to your life rather than fighting them. If you're fighting those laws, it's going to mess up your nervous system. So understand how to apply the principles of the yin and yang energy to cultivate balance, both with oneself and with the world around you, with ease. So as within, so without. That's actually the law of correspondence. So if you have stuff internally that's messing you up, it's going to mess you up externally. Okay. So as you learn how to apply this wisdom that I teach you, you're going to shift things internally and the external world shifts. This is the yin and the yang nature of this as well. Also teach people how to apply what's called the 5-element theory to learn the basic tools of self-diagnosis. Yes, you can diagnose yourself. Discover your adaptation type, like which of the 5 elements you are: wood, fire, earth, water, metal. You figure out what your dominant element is, you see where your strengths and weaknesses are based upon those elements, and that allows you to become your own healer and self-diagnose. And the last point, how to move with the currents of life rather than fighting them. This comes back to your emotions, because you're doing the shadow work, you're learning how to reprogram your mind, and you're learning how to self-diagnose. This is how you're becoming your own healer. One of the cool things that I teach is Chinese face reading. Learn how to examine the face for better communication, discovering what emotions may be causing you disease, and how to remove wrinkles. Because as you work with your repressed emotions, the more you repress emotions, it actually gets stuck in your face, like anger. I used to have a lot of anger, so I've learned how to transmute that so it's not showing up so much in my face. I used to have it stuck like this, right? So as I've learned to transmute it, then those wrinkles get released. Very powerful. And it actually gives you more energy too. And last but not least is master the essence of healing oneself through the three dantians, Jing, Qi, and Shen. So the three dantians are also known as the three jewels. And as you learn how to stop wasting your energy because you've mastered you worked with, you're not so much mastering, but learn to work with your shadow, how to reprogram your mind and apply the Taoist principles, then you're not wasting your Qi or life force energy. And when you hire me, I'll be able to show you much more deeply how you can apply these to your life and get faster results with less effort. And I keep saying it, live the life you deserve. Now, Odyssey Mentorship is blending ancient wisdom and modern science. You get the support, accountability, and wisdom to create the life of your dreams. Now, when I say that, like, who am I to say that? Like, my dream years ago was to open gyms, okay, open wellness facilities. And I did it. I opened two. I want to open a film studio. So I opened a film studio. It was nominated best small business in town. Okay. And I want to make more money. So I started attracting more wealth, built my six-figure business years ago. So I've actually done this, right? But then I started looking at the world. We need deeper wisdom. And that's why I built this program so I could teach you how to literally manifest your dreams. By manifest, you really work on yourself internally and it changes everything externally. More and more people need to do this work. Every session, we dive deeper into the wisdom and how to apply it to your life. I literally have about 30-something protocols that I teach in my program, and I customize it for each individual person. So I listen to what you need, and I show you the tools that you need specifically for yourself. You get access to videos, documents, audio recordings, and much more. By audio recordings, I have different meditations, breathwork exercises, and all kinds of great content that allows you to do this work on your own, even when I'm not there. Set up a call and get the one-on-one support you need. Join my group. I have a group program, or get access to my do-it-yourself shadow work course. I have a full do-it-yourself shadow work video course that lasts 8 weeks that you can do entirely on your own. Just don't wait any longer, because the time is now. I always like to say the time backwards is emit. It's really about your energy, right? And now backwards is one, because you'll be winning in such a way that you couldn't even imagine. Odyssey Mentorship, begin your Odyssey today. Once again, my name is Odyssey Mentorship. I'm here in the Odyssey Mentorship camper van. Sometimes when I coach, I'm in this camper van and I just get to travel and share this wisdom and spread love like butter across the world. So if this resonates, you want to learn more about my coaching program, please message me, and I'd love to share this wisdom with you, because this is the wisdom that heals the world, because you do the work to heal yourself and you can become the greatest version of yourself. So thank you for listening, and please share this video with any friends who think you'd use some support as well too. Toodaloo.